if you could briefly summarize who you are, what your background is, and when you first became aware of Fermata's technology.
Okay, so my name is Guy Gaffney. I'm a cannabis IPM expert. Um, I had the honor to occupy the position of the head of R&D at BioBest Israel. Today, I'm an independent consultant to different cannabis companies. Um, I'm an agronomist and entomologist. The first time that I met Fermata technology was about a year ago. I've used it in one of the in Intelicana in Israel, a cannabis farm, very high-tech cannabis farm. I've used the data from the system to find all the hotspots. And I think it was very helpful when I was looking on spider mites, hotspots, and initial gray mold, nutrient deficiency, and a lot of different pathogens that may be missed by just walking through the farm. It gave me notes so I could go exactly to the spot where it all began. So we can treat it very easily. We could spread some beneficials on the hotspot so it won't become a catastrophe.
I had probably 5 or 6 guys in my scouting group that were constantly complaining, like, oh my God, my head hurts, my eyes hurt, like this is ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. So to get that to an AI schedule was, in my opinion, one of the smartest decisions you could have done. I've thought about that before. I just don't have, any of the resources or anything like that. You guys are far ahead of the curve. I think that is genius. Yeah. So I have a full scouting team. From there, like Keegan has brought up multiple times, they, after the first 2 hours of the day, it's almost like they're dizzy, oh yeah, I'm running around, and yeah, they're going to get a paycheck. So they're doing their job. But like when I bring them to lunch and talk to them one-on-one, they're like, dude, I have nightmares about this. He's like, I wake up in dreams and I'm staring at plants and, blah, 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 and so bring that to
I'm guessing they're not particularly difficult to find problems. Is that basically where?
Yeah, I mean, when you're looking at, and I'm not going to say we have pest issues, we did, but when you're just staring at plants, boom, boom, plant after plant, and we're a very large facility. So when you're looking at, we're at probably 40,000 plus plants, your mind is just literally going into blankness, whereas an AI camera, which I think is a perfect transition to where we were coming from, that doesn't have the type of, diminishing return that a human would in this type of a sense. That is definitely the future of indoor and greenhouse cannabis, because there's no other way to really do that. As well as, like I said, we have a scouting team. I've gone through probably hour 6 after they've been doing the same thing for 6 hours a day. And there's just no way that they're the same efficiency as they were during the first hour.
While we are started to collect the data, we understood that the genetics was very good and we had no much of problems, but those we had, the system found it very well and also very fast. The system of Fermata, while it's approved, so they found for me some issues that I had, like bud rot and also trips, pests, and other aphids and spider mites. They found it before I get to the area and saw it by myself. And that's how it helped us to prevent the spread of the pests and also the bud rot.
We've kind of been able to keep an eye on the pests with the Fermata, so that's been really great. So I've kind of I haven't really had to visit much because I've been able to just I could already tell them, like, you guys have flea beetles, here's what we need to do, right? So yeah, so we've been kind of managing that way quite well.
if you owned Fermata, what would your pitch be to other potential customers as to why this is actually something that they should have?
I think that first of all, I started my morning with the Fermata data. So when I entered the farm, I knew exactly where I should go. So it was easier. I didn't have to go between all the lines. I went exactly to the hotspots. I've checked exactly how is it severe or not. And then I could easily give them my, let's say, I don't know, whether they need to spray it right now, or do they have to do something, or just you need beneficials right now. So it was easier. I could think about it all the way from home to the farm and decide exactly what I'm going to do.
So did it surprise you when Fermata started accurately finding these problems, bearing in mind that our cameras are obviously looking down from above, yes, and we've trained the classification systems to find those clues, if you like? Even if spider mites are hiding under a plant, there's something on the surface of the plant that will give an indication of there. I mean, was that you going, that's interesting, or did you kind of think, holy cow, that's actually quite amazing? Like how big a surprise was it that we could do that?
I think that when we're talking about bud rot, it was like, okay, they can watch from above, they can see the mold growing, so it's okay. But I think that seeing sometimes I went to a hotspot and I had to look into the plant and to dig in so I can find the same leaf that the camera saw. So I have to, if I don't know, I had a spot saying spider mites, I was looking until I found the spider mite. Just to be sure that it's really spider mites, because sometimes I couldn't see anything until I find it.
So that's
so that was probably something that a scout might have missed.
Yes. Maybe I would find it, I don't know, within a week or two, but then the population will be higher.